Welcome to Media Artivism. My name is Carolina Fernández Castrillo, and I am the co-editor of this special issue, Node 33 of Artnodes. Today I would like to share with you my personal experience with the topic, and how were the origins of this idea of creating a community around the term media artivism. I am professor and researcher at Universidad Carlos III de Madrid, expert in cyberculture and transmedia literacy. I have also worked as curator and cultural manager for the last 20 years in the field of media art in international institutions, as for instance ZKM, that is considered to be the digital Bauhaus. To me, it was important 10 years ago to expand my knowledge and the experience I had, what I learned from experts all around the world, to the social sphere. Basically, for personal reasons, probably is where these kind of projects start with, but also looking at the atmosphere, the global scenario. To me, it was very essential to see how the fifth power, the user-generated content, could be part of the global creation of a popular, meaningful speech to denounce unfair situations in terms of climate change, gender, racial issues, abuse of power, cyber control, surveillance, many other different realities that were undercover by traditional media. The crisis of the fourth power means that we don't have anymore a space for the civic voice, how to generate civic engagement, how to be part of this participatory culture, to me was essential. And it was very, very lucky. I was very lucky to be invited by the Venice Center for Digital and Public Humanities to coordinate a specific international project called Digital Media Culture, Intercreativity and Public Engagement. From Venice, I was able to start a community in which huge experts of media archaeology, for instance, as Giusy Parica, or hacktivism, as Paolo Cirio, were also involved. A couple of years later, in 2022, in Madrid, I organized a transmedia activism conference in which local people involved with this specific topic were part, together with the students, in this conversation, public conversation, in which Carlos Scolari was also invited. Work with mashup, also regarding the remix culture, is something that you usually do with social causes. Carlos Scolari is considered to be, together with Jenkins, probably one of the main experts in transmediality. We were so lucky to expand and to extend this dialogue, including so different profiles. That year, in 2022, at Biennale Arte Venezia, I had the possibility to introduce and coin this term media artivism, to generate a huge community, even bigger, but knowing that artivism has always been there since the beginning of the human storytelling story, to denounce the guerrilla actions have always been there. Think about Goya in the artivism, or for example, Chicano art murales in the early 30s. I found that the interesting thing was to see how from media art we could engage and we could generate a new scenario to promote the reflection about some informations that are still not so clear to the population, or also looking back to the past and review some unfair cases that have not been studied enough. There are so many different ways of interaction, from mashaptivism to so open ways of exploring this alliance between media, art, new technologies, and activism. I invited Diego Mantoan, my colleague from Università di Palermo, to co-edit this special issue, and we were so lucky that Pau Alsina and his team said yes. we got so many papers that we couldn't publish all of them. But it was something that encouraged us to promote parallel actions. And this is the idea. As for instance, this clip that is expanding the research that we have published. The other authors are part of this mashup, in which they answer 2 questions and they open a third one for the live event we will have on May the 2nd in Barcelona, in which we want to engage with the local community, to go further, to explore new ways of educative projects, monographies, publications, but actions that break the fourth wall in the academic institution to create interdisciplinary alliances. So this is something that has just started, has a long story behind, and I really hope you will be part of.